I wanted to focus a little more on the whole idea of cult, because ever since I started making all these videos boldly exposing the illegal, indecent, petty and bastardizing nasty habits and lifestyles that has been introduced and normalized into the society, and how they target individuals, and ever since I started exposing everything, I've noticed a trend on these so-called spiritual channels. Okay, all so-called readers and tarots and astrologies and numerologies and palm readers and this and that, they have, the number of such people coming out has become very high, because the more I expose, the more people are going to be aware. So they are trying to lure people back into matrix and keep them stuck there. Go back to whatever I'm suggesting, to take a serious look at and not open up their energies to. So whatever I'm saying, they are trying to increase it a lot more. I've noticed that one. Like I already warned, you don't need any of these external practices or help or anything like that. All answers are within. Okay, I've already stressed that enough. Another thing is, they expose themselves. They, in the sense, the whole higher ups, because see, I already made clear who I am, and my stance is clear, my purpose is clear, my authority and power, everything is clear. So once I've made it very clear, these so-called power obsessive clones, they started exposing themselves by manipulating a lot of spiritual material out there. Every spiritual material, tarot, like I mentioned, tarot, astrology, numerology, palm reading, energy, reiki, breathing, meditation, everything that is external practice. Okay, just keep that in mind. They've increased that misinformation, and then they started mixing a lot of, I've noticed the kind of words I used. They're literally taking those words and spinning it on a different level and twisting the meaning out, and literally mixing it with the cult dark magic practices and cult practices, and trying to make it look, like I mentioned, they have to bring your guard down, not to suspect it as, oh, she's just being too scary, don't listen to her, or don't trust her, that kind of thing. Or on a global level, this energetic awareness might know it's already happening. So that is one thing they wanted to prevent from happening. Okay, so they are mixing and matching so many words that are not even meant to be put together like that. Like one word I would say, a witch is a witch. A witch is someone who practices magic. Okay, and all witches are dark. There is no doubt about it. Yes, that's why all these cults are together. They work with dark forces, dark agendas. Why I keep using the word dark? Let's just break the illusion of dark and light once and for all. Like I already told you many times, light and God and life and soul is source, and everything is just one, and it is all within you. It's inside. It's internal, private, personal, sacred and secret. It's between you, your heart and God. And everything outside that has to do with, everything outside has nothing to do with love. God is love, truth and love. What's outside and what these organizations, groups target is about power, control, manipulation, trickery, stealing. Everything underhanded. That is why they suggest you go out. Seek out help, ask for help, go out. Seek answers outside, seek outside. You take counsel, take advice, take therapy, take spiritual advice, take coach, spiritual coach, personal coach, this coach, that coach, guidance, this counselor, that counselor, and all that. And I have noticed they started introducing these options of going outside also have become more in the form of ads and other things. And like I mentioned, why which is by default for the dark is because these witches and warlocks, they all practice dark magic. Dark in the sense this has nothing to do with God. Because another practitioner, another so-called reader, all tarot readers, okay, don't trust anyone just blindly just because astrology or tarot, whatever it is that your practices that you are used to, just stay away from them. Not everybody is spiritually as strong and aware as I am. That's the whole reason you're all being deceived. Stop all those practices right now, like seriously. No, I'm telling you, because the witchery and the manipulation has increased tenfold just in last 10 days or even less than that. Because I'm telling you, they started using words like you are a light witch. Since I am the divine, I'm telling you I am the divine feminine, which is I am the creation. So all readings are based on my energy only. That is why I know how to pick and filter where the truth is, where the lie is. And they started mixing words like this witch. You are a light witch. There is a dark witch. No, honey. I have nothing to do with any of that. I have God. That is where my power and magical powers comes from. Which means I am not doing anything with it. I am doing whatever it is from within, through which the higher powers are able to execute their judgment and justice and whatever cleaning up and divinity they wanted to bring into this planet, they are doing it. To the creation, not just this planet, they are bringing it. And I am the conduit. I am the conduit, the authority from where this happens. I am the point of contact through which the higher forces, the higher realms, God, Spirit, all the positive spirits and angels come and do their work here in this earth realm, which is a physical realm, which they couldn't do because of your witchery, because of your darkness and your dark practices. It couldn't be done before. I have made it possible by coming and mixing and connecting these two realms together to bring justice onto creation itself, not just me. And that is why I stand in the highest. I am that opening through which the justice, the truth, the God, the light, the love, the soul, the truth comes and will remain. That is the whole point of it. I am not doing anything using external tools to manipulate energies, honey. I am not a witch, light witch, God witch, this witch, that witch. They are insulting God and divine like anything. I'll tell you, that's why I want to differentiate once and for all. All darkness has nothing to do with God, because the whole idea is that they reject God. They reject light, soul, truth and love. Why do you think they attack these features and qualities? They hate it. They reject it. They don't want to see it. They want rather consume and destroy it, but not have it in them, not respect it in others. That is why they are dark. That is why they have to join cults and join in groups and groups and groups and groups and do all these ugly practices. I'll tell you something. All group practices are cults by default. That is why religion is a cult. Religion, all that needs people to come together and congregate and do something. Whatever story they put on the surface, I don't care. If people are called to come together and say this is this, this is that, and for whatever purposes, and they are made to come and sit in certain practices and lifestyles and certain listen to certain things and certain timetables of whatever traditions, practices, it's a cult. It's a dark practice because it has nothing to do with God. You know why? One thing, the journey with God is private and personal and here inside the heart and soul. It is deep within you. It has nothing to do with outside of you. which means you don't have anything to do with group behavior. If anything, group behavior is spoiling your journey because they force you to conform to something that is not truth. Because your truth is here in your soul, in your journey, in your heart, in your mind, and your connection with God. So what is even there a need for a group or a congregation to come in with certain tools and ideas and practices and energies and chants and whatever it is? What is there even a way? Why is there even ever a need for anything like that in the first place? Because that's what they do. They may claim it's personal, I am not a groupie and whatever. They are all part of the group. If you observe, you can easily pick. Because every journey is unique and personal and private and sacred with God. That is why it looks unique and different, just like I am. It will never look like someone has come together for a certain purpose, certain goal, certain end goal, certain motivation, certain practices, certain lifestyles. It has nothing to do with that. From dress to whatever it is, it doesn't have to be. There is nothing that has to match you and me. You are different, your path is different, I am different, my path is different. Because your soul is different, my soul is different. And you don't have to do anything with tools and practices outside of you. That is dark magic, that is magic. I don't have to do any of that. I directly connect the higher realms and angels and God and heavenly realms, and from there I bring light and judgment and truth and justice into here, literally onto this planet. I don't have to do anything. All I have to do is tap into that power within me, gave myself that soul power, that awakening, and connected with the source and did the healing, finished my job, healed myself, regenerated my energy fully and got out of this dark hole, the black hole. I freed myself from it. And I did it alone because it's an alone job. It's a within job. And I didn't have to do anything outside of me to do that. If anything, everything outside of me was trying to destroy me. Look at that. You don't need groups, you don't need practices, you don't need ideas, you don't need tools, outside tools. They will tell you, oh, it's also practice. You can use protection spells, you can use protection magic, you can use white magic, you can use light magic. They use words like this. Don't fall for it. They are using a lot of deception right now, and I can pick on it. And it is disgusting. One says, one uses the word God, one uses the word source, one uses the word most high, one uses this, and I'll tell you, all these cults reject God and love and light and soul and kindness and truth. That's why they don't have any power within them. All they have is little bit of life in them, which is barely nothing. That is why they have to come in such large group and gather, steal energies from other people and gather all of it and come into rituals and all this nasty stuff they have to do every day, every night in order to gather enough energy to manifest any shit at all. That is why they need groups, because they are nothing alone. Without stealing from others, they are nothing. Without harvesting and stealing and doing some rituals to magnify it and manifest some through certain rituals and ceremonies, they literally manifest that energy into physical world, into money. That's the only thing they can do, and that can only happen if they are in groups and stealing from others and harvesting and doing rituals and ceremonies regularly. They don't have anything else to do. To have one person to have done everything right, that created ripples all over the creation and broke free from this hellhole of a black hole, and connected directly with the source and the heavenly realms, and is bringing judgment and justice onto this planet. Did I do it alone? Yeah. Did I have to do anything outside of me? No, all was within me. Don't fall for these words, or don't fall for these kind of temptations of easy options, or come to me, I'll help you. Oh my God, these have been monumental. They've been increasing every day, and like I already mentioned, I think few videos ago I already warned that this is gonna become more and more loud and in your face. The deceptions and illusions will become more and more, because now they are losing their power. Since I am the creation, they stole energy from me and created a literal fake false matrix around that energy. And that collapses. That is collapsing right now. So me doing my job and escaping and connecting with whatever it is that was supposed to be done, and I did it, and took all my energy and power back. Whoever was consuming or touching that power in order to do anything with their life is now falling into crumbles. And that's a huge lot of people, because I am the creation, I am the divine feminine, I am the one. Which means a vast majority of the energies around you were not real humans. They were just consuming my energy. So they will come very hard at you with lies and illusions, because they need your energy, they need your soul, they need to trap. They were trying with me also, still even now. They can't. It's over. It's over. I'm there. I'm with the source. You are there in the sewer drainage. So it's over for them. So they will come for people who are just now awakening to the fact that, oh my God, something is happening, because she's telling stuff and she's just with my energy and powers and just whatever was I am doing with the heavenly realm, just with that ripple effect is happening, and slowly a lot of changes are happening. Both me and my divine partner. Okay. They want to, before everything gets totally wiped out, because they are going to be wiped out. Why? Because they don't have power. Their only power and energy is from others. So they will try so hard to make you believe that, it's okay, don't. It's not about believing me or not believing. I am telling, these deceptions are going to be monumentally high. It will become more and more ugly and in your face and loud and more manipulative, more difficult to discern and discriminate in the coming months and a couple of years also. So be extremely wary. This is the main difference. You don't have to be a witch to do powerful healing inner work of God. All you have to do is go within, self-reflect, look at yourself honestly and work on your things, heal issues, break the chains of whatever was tying you down to this matrix, and learn to come out of it and free yourself, free your debts of all kinds. Okay, spiritual, physical, financial, sexual, okay, whatever links you have had, you have to get over all of it to free yourself. Okay, so focus on that, and all of it is inner work. So don't let anyone tell you anything otherwise. And you are not a witch. Nobody has to be a witch. Unless you're practicing dark magic and you're in a cult and you have to do certain practices, use tools and energies for manipulating shit, then you're a witch. And why would anybody want to manipulate anything? You are a human, you're not God. I am literally connected with the source, and I don't have to use any tools. All I have is me, my source connection, and my soul, my power, my connection. You are a mere petty human. You are much lower. That's why you feel the need to use tools, energies and ideas and manipulation to get shit done. So they will try and promote you that it is okay. Not all of it is bad. No, it is bad, honey. It is dark. It is lower level. It is dark. You are a petty, normal, low level human. I don't care if you have spiritual or if you claim to have spiritual gifts, whatever. My gifts are at the highest. What am I doing? I'm just being. I'm just being true, genuine, honest, divine. So stop, cut the bullshit. Cut the bullshit. Don't let anyone entertain that kind of ideas into your head. They are trying their best, and I'm sensing it, I'm observing, and I'm observing everything very thoroughly. That's why I'm telling you this. Don't fall for these kind of agendas that tell you use certain names. All these cults have to do with anything they have to do is against God, because they want to play God in other people's lives. I just told in my previous video about the Black Widow how they literally use men and women to destroy lives to feel powerful. That is how they feel like gods. By destroying and controlling other people's choices. By putting chips in your body and controlling your lives and choices and your ideas, and literally controlling your bodies and minds and your journeys. They They lure themselves into thinking they are gods. That is why they actively rejected the idea of the one true divine pure source. That is why they need tools, they have to come together in groups, they have to harvest energies, they have to steal from others, they have to do ceremonies and rituals, they have to call on to demons and deities and gods and goddesses and entities and spirits and this and that, and they have to use terms like this because of that. You don't need anything else if you have the true divine source that is within you. Really. So don't let them tell you any bullshit, because all bullshit will be around these two concepts. You don't have to be a witch, which means you don't have to use any tools or energy manipulation techniques or spiritual gifts or anything to do or get things done on the outside in your world. Everything is within you only. Don't be deceived. You're not a light witch. You can do your protection by dealing with God directly. That is your protection. You don't need to do protection spells. That's not called light magic, honey. Magic is manipulation. That is why it's called manipulation. That is one thing. And they don't have anything to do with God. They will use, oh my God, so many tarot readers and so many other such spiritual practitioners, they boldly, shamelessly use the word God, but oh my God, they have nothing to do with God. Their behaviors, their choices, their dresses, okay, their looks, when you look at them, the kind of energy they have, their behavior, they don't have any gifts whatsoever. They're all parts of the cults. Just there to take energy from their viewers. That's why their channels flourish a lot more than other people. They have merchandise and money, and they have fancy stuff and everything. You have to watch out. There are a lot of people who are doing that. You don't have to have millions of followers, but you have to have that observing capacity. They're all witches. They are the witches because they are taking energy from their viewers. They are opening portals and taking and manipulating them by using this kind of spiritual garbage information, twisting and changing information to mislead people so that they won't think it's not that bad. And all that, don't. Everything you have to deal at this point of time, from now on to however long it will take, it's going to be an extremely challenging period for the rest of the people who are still awakening to the truth of this world and what the illusions and lies are. And since the whole war is happening on a spiritual, invisible level, psychological, both mind and spiritual level, be extremely careful. Don't buy into that kind of ideas and stuff, okay? Following morality, decency, dignity, okay? Following the truth, coming from a place of open-heartedness. Because you can't speak truth if you're a close-hearted or close-minded person, you see? You can't. You observe people around you. They just cannot. They have to twist it around in some way, shape, or form because they have closed this. They have closed this. They have nothing to do with God. If you closed this, you have nothing to do with God. So don't believe this, okay? And everything is inside. You don't have to be a witch. You don't have to do any of these readings or any of these practices. You don't need any of that. And that's not a spiritual gift. No, very rarely it's used for positive. They are all stolen from other people. So these people are not truly gifted, okay? They all belong to cults. They are there to energy harvest from you. Don't entertain that. Have some discipline and control as to who or which channels you go to and what you invest your energy in. At this point of time, they don't have energy. I took everything back, and I am the main battery for them. I am the divine feminine, the creation, literally the purest form of energy. Me and my divine partner, we both took back our power back. Everything is now sacred within us. So what happened? They're losing their supply, so they will come after you. They will come after you, and before they come bursting out and making their presence very obvious to you, this is what they're going to do. They will still more spiritually manipulate you and confuse you with wrong words and wrong verbiage and wrong logically seeming things and all that. Like I already mentioned, some people talk about not all darkness is bad. No, darkness is bad. That's the whole idea. That's why you have to rise above and alchemize. Number 2, another practitioner was also saying, Where do you think all this dark energy comes from? It is also from the divine source. Everything is from the divine source. Bullshit. Divine source is with love, truth, kindness, honesty. Everything straightforward, clean. That is divine energy. This is not divine energy. If that is divine energy, honey, why are you doing all these fucked up practices to manifest anything in your life? Because divine energy is more than enough to manifest anything in your life. So cut the bullshit. This is another reader who claimed that, oh, it is also part of the creation. It is also part of divine energy. All energy is divine. No, honey. Divine energy is pure. Pure. Rest of it is, the dark energy has nothing to do with divine energy. It's their own fucked up, filthy, dark, heavy energy that is filled with filth. If it is divine energy, why would divine has to destroy it in order to bring his presence onto this planet? Why do he have to work so hard to clean your garbage and throw your asses into the hell first, before me and my divine partner can come together and show to the world what real, true divine love means? What it means to follow God, what it means to follow love, what it means to follow truth, what it means to follow decency and dignity and honor, what it means to stick to values, what it means to truly follow God, the divine source. He wants to show to the world and teach to the world, this is divine, not that. And in order to do that, he has to clean this garbage out first. For me and my partner to even come together. That's how much garbage they've accumulated on this planet. So honey, don't be fooled with all these kind of narratives. They will sell you these kind of very cheap ideologies. That's why I can't come and explain everything to you. So you have to differentiate based on the two major facts. You don't have to be a witch or whatever. You don't have use any tools outside of you to do healing and to awaken the power within you and connect with God. Okay? There is no such thing as light witch, dark witch, this witch, that witch. All witches are dark. All warlocks are dark. Because they do dark practices. Why? Because they don't have anything to do with God. They are against God. They can use words like God, source, divine, the most high, this and that and that and this and this. And they will use fancy words. Doesn't matter. Words are nothing. It's all internal job. So go inside and focus on that. And you don't have to be a witch. And divine is pure. Pure, light, healing, uplifting, joy, happiness, positivity. Positivity. It is not greed, jealous, anger, bitterness, resentment, envious of others, power and control, to abuse and others, to use power and control as a way to dominate others. This is all non-divine. These are all cult practices. This is what is normalized in society. Sex with dominating roles to each other instead of coming from a place of love and gentleness and true love making. That's perversion, that's cult. Someone has to be dominated, someone has to be submitted, someone has to be put in a cage and controlled so that someone can roam freely. All these are fucked up, very fucked up, delusional, demonic, devilish practices. It has nothing to do with God. True love making and sex come from open heart and love. It's gentle. It takes two people. It's a perfect dance. You can't even explain it. It's a perfect dance and it is sacred. It is between two people. You don't need to have anyone third. Not to sit and watch, not to tinker with it, and there is no power, top, bottom, up, down. Those kind of dynamics or words don't even come into picture. It's a perfect dance. It's a harmony. It's coming from a place of love. It's true, gentle, peaceful, loving, love making. And I am mentioning this only because they've been sending a lot of sex magic towards me. Their sex magic has to do with control and power and domination, controlling your taste and who you get seduced about and what you get seduced about, and using it as a way to overpower and dominate you. And it has to do with lust. There is no role. It's only for body parts to arouse. It has nothing to do with gentleness or true love. It's not soft. It doesn't have real intimacy to them, interaction to them, touching and true softness to any of this. Foreplay, none of this. It's directly just about seduction and lust. They are sending this kind of energy to me every day, because they have to create that. They need my energy. I have taken everything back. They have to steal it. And I am not allowing it. It's not theirs. It's my energy. It's sacred. I'm meant to share it with my partner. Only with my partner I'm meant to share with it. The one who is equal. The one who has earned his part in my life. The one literally God is sending for me. It's mine, it's private, it's sacred. Only between two people, coming from a place of love, gentle, true, long lasting, and it is not just about sex and the process. It is literally about intimacy. Days or weeks of intimacy and fun and doing things together, and gentleness and everything comes together. And ultimately there will come a day when you just make love with the same love and gentleness and softness, and then it will consummate into something else. You see, the process comes much later. In real, true love, divine marriages, that process comes much later. And it's going to be a very organic place when it happens. It has nothing to do with bodies. It's not about seduction. It's not lust. It's not just about process. I'm putting something in and something happens, or I'm seducing so she will do something. It's the last stage actually. Just like the journey is the reward and the milestone is the final, it's like that. It's the journey, it's the love, it's the gentleness, it's the intimacy that carries to that destination. The destination is just a small part in the end. Everything that builds towards that place is what matters. It's love. It's patient. It is nurturing. It is gentle. It can wait, because it's not looking to fuck. And when it does, it's not fucking, it's making true love. It's a perfect, intertwined, divine dance. Very sacred, only between two people, private. So, understand this. There is a sacredness to you and within you, between you and God, between you and your partner. There is no need for anybody else or anything else to be part of it, to be a divine person, to be a light person, to be a healed person, to be an uplifting higher level person. And it has nothing to do with witchcraft or tools, anything. Cults are cults because they are against God. Truth is in God. The connection is within you. It is personal and private. It has nothing to do with groups. Light is light and dark is not divine. Light is divine. Purity is divine. Corruption and filth is of devils. You have to understand these two in the coming months and years, because this will be the target. God, I am already seeing a lot of filthy information being mixed around to confuse people. But I've already given you enough warnings as to what to look for. So keep an eye out for this, because I am telling you, just in the last 1 week or so, there is tons of people. They use their channels to throw spells at people, to energy harvest and steal from people. So not 99.9% of them are actually parts of these cults. They are there to steal from their viewers, to put themselves out there because they want to be feeling important and all that. They don't have any gifts whatsoever. No, they don't. They are reading whatever was prompted to them electronically and all that. They have no gifts whatsoever. So don't fall for any of that shit. Be very careful. And don't expose your energy to anybody outside of you. All you have to do is heal within you. Like I already said, you have the regeneration power. You are a divine being. You have to clean up the muck, which is again your job, and it's only yours. It's a private, personal, sacred journey within yourself and with God. Remember this. Before any partner even enters, it's just between you and yourself and within you and God. Everything is sacred. It doesn't have to be with shared or anything outside of you or expose anything outside of you. You don't have to. Just stick to that. Don't be carried away by the verbal manipulation. That's why they love languages. That's why they love words, because they can twist them around. So be aware of this. I just I just realized this is what is happening around in the spiritual community, and I wanted to warn you about what's gonna come. So beware.